Hey, Skull Vikings family. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? Can you believe what went down yesterday at US Bank Stadium? We're talking a heartbreaker against those sneaky Ravens, 27-19, where our boys in purple shot themselves in the foot. Literally, with 8 false starts. Yeah, you heard that right, 8. Stick around as we break it all down in this Vikings news update. 'Cause if we don't laugh, cry, or scream about it together, who will? Let's dive into the chaos that turned a winnable game into a wake-up call. The number 8 is burned into my brain like a bad tattoo after that loss. 8 false starts, folks, the most by any home team since 2009, back when J.J. McCarthy was just a 6-year-old dreaming of purple jerseys. According to ESPN's Ben Solak, this was an NFL anomaly that had even the refs double-checking their whistles. Our offense, which actually moved the ball decently with 6 yards per play, got shredded by self-inflicted wounds. 13 penalties for 102 yards, 3 turnovers, and those killer false starts that pushed us back 5 yards at a time. It's like we handed Baltimore the game plan on a silver platter. How do we let that happen at home, where the crowd's roaring for us? But here's the silver lining in this purple storm. J.J. McCarthy slung it for a career-high 248 yards on high volume, showing flashes of that Michigan magic despite accuracy hiccups and 2 picks. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason tag-teamed for 72 rushing yards on just 13 carries, over 5.5 yards a pop, efficient as heck. We even scored first with Jones' TD punch. Yet, those penalties turned first and 10 into first and 15 nightmares, forcing 50 dropbacks from JJ and killing any run game rhythm. What do you think, fam? Was it nerves, cadence confusion, or just an off day? Drop your hot takes in the comments. I need to know if you're as fired up as I am to fix this. As we hit the second quarter, things started unraveling faster than a loose shoelace. 2 false starts right there, turning promising drives into punts. Imagine this, we're gashing the Ravens' D for chunk yards, feeling that skull energy build, when bam, false start on Brian O'Neill, our rock at right tackle. The guy's a pro bowler who'd never sniffed more than 2 penalties in a game before, and suddenly he's got 3 on the day. It's like the whole line flinched in unison, maybe spooked by Baltimore's front 7 barking fake calls. Head coach Kevin O'Connell called it not acceptable in any way. And man, he's right, this isn't the disciplined squad we know. Picture the frustration boiling over on the sideline. O'Connell pacing, yelling adjustments, while the US Bank faithful chant defense. But it's our offense betraying us. We ran for 120 yards total, a solid clip, but those penalties erased half of it before we could celebrate. And don't get me started on the turnovers. A special teams fumble and JJ's 2 INTs, one snagged by Marlon Humphrey, the other by Malachi Starks, turning into 13 Baltimore points. It's storytelling at its cruelest. Build the tension with a big gain, then yank the rug out with a whistle. How many times have you jumped out of your seat yelling at the TV for the same reason? Tell me below. Did this game make you question the O-line prep? Or are we just overreacting? Yet, amid the madness, there were glimmers. JJ connecting on a late TD to Jalen Naylor, cutting it to 1 score with 3:19 left, hearts pounding like a drumline. That 62-yard bomb to Naylor earlier? Pure fire, the kind that reminds us why we bleed purple. But those 3rd and longs we shouldn't have faced? O'Connell nailed it. We'd hit a good run. Then boom, get back on track mode via our own doing. It's a teachable moment, Vikings fans. Averaging 6 yards a play should have meant points, not pain. What's your fix? More cadence drills? Simulating crowd noise at home? Hit the comments. Let's brainstorm like we're in the huddle together. 3rd quarter hits, and it's like deja vu. 2 more false starts, piling on the pressure as Baltimore claws back. We're trailing now, the Ravens' defense smelling blood, and suddenly Blake Brandel and Ben Urosek join the penalty parade. These aren't rookies. They're vets expected to anchor the line. Yet here we are, backing up into our own end zone. O'Connell tried simplifying the cadence mid-game, but it backfired, the flinches only multiplied. There seemed to be a flinch here and they're way too much, he said post-game, shaking his head. At home, with no crowd noise against us, this points inward. Was it JJ's hard count emphasis throwing off the timing during motions? Envision the drama unfolding. A solid Jones carry for 5 yards, crowd erupting, then flags everywhere. We fumble a kickoff return early in the quarter, gifting Baltimore prime field position for a Justice Hill TD that balloons their lead to 19-10. It's the butterfly effect of mistakes. One false start leads to a longer third down, which leads to a rush throw, rinse, and repeat. Stats don't lie. We had 3 turnovers on downs too, killing drives dead. But hey, Aaron Jones gutted it out with a shoulder injury for that first half score. Warrior stuff. What would you have done differently in that huddle, fam? Yell at me in the comments if you'd bench someone or just chalk it up to growing pains. The energy in the stadium? Electric but edged with anxiety. Fans waving those foam tomahawks, but every whistle draws groans that echo like thunder. Despite the slop, McCarthy's volume kept us in it. 50 dropbacks, sure, but that late push showed grit. Jordan Mason spelling Jones for those efficient rushes? Smart chess, but the board was tilted by our own hands. O'Connell's post-game vibe was all accountability. We've got to get it fixed, and we will. That's the fire we love, no excuses, just evolution. Who's with me on believing this loss lights a fuse for the Bears game? Sound off below. Your passion fuels this channel. Fourth quarter apocalypse. 4 false starts in one frame, turning a potential comeback into a coroner's report. Christian Darrisaw, our left tackle phenom, jumps. Justin Jefferson, yes, JJ the receiver, gets flagged. Even JJ McCarthy himself twitches early. Bizarre, like a horror flick where the monster's us. By now, we're down 27-13 after Lamar Jackson hits Mark Andrews for a score. And our D, which stuffed him early, can't buy a stop. O'Neal later said, "We'd be in 1st and 10, then 1st and 15. That's on us to not screw it up. For in the 4th, that's not a trend. That's a crisis, escalating as the clock ticked mercilessly. Feel that gut punch?" I was glued to my screen, purple jersey on, yelling settle. Like it mattered. We contained Jackson somewhat. He didn't light us up, but our offense imploded under the weight of 102 penalty yards. 3 turnovers total fed Baltimore's surge, their 3rd straight when climbing them in the AFC North. Yet, Naylor's TD grab? A spark that said, we're not done. McCarthy owned it all. I take full responsibility. I'm the orchestrator. Kids got leadership, now channel it. How bad was this for you? Stomach churning or just a blip? Comments open. Let's vent like tailgaters at Lambeau. The final horn blares. 27-19 Ravens. And the stadium deflates like a popped skull flag. But in the ashes, stats whisper hope. 120 rush yards, 248 through the air. Talent's there, execution's not. Those false starts ruined everything, forcing pass-heavy football when we could have pounded the rock. O'Connell's right. It's all for naught if you're giving back yards in penalties. We're 4-5 now, last in the NFC North, but with Chicago up next. This could be the villain origin story. Who's ready to rally? Share your never again rants below. I read 'em all. Post-game. The locker room's a mix of head-scratching and resolve. No clear culprit, but theories fly. McCarthy. To be honest, I have no idea. Little things show up you don't prepare for. He shoulders it all, calling himself the orchestra leader. But come on, JJ, you're 4 starts in. O'Connell points to motions and hard counts. Maybe a bit more emphasis unearthed issues. And Aaron Jones? He drops gold. Their D-lines making move calls up front. Sounds like hut, but it's traps to make us jump. Sneaky Ravens playing mind games without crossing into illegal snap sims. Per OC. It's like a detective story without a smoking gun. Flinches during shifts. Cadence confusion in a quiet dome. No one blames the noise. It's internal chaos. O'Neal shuts down excuses. I can only look inward, not grasping at straws on what they did. Respect that ownership, but man, it stings. We simplified calls mid-game, yet it worsened 2 in Q2, 2 in Q3, 4 in Q4. That's progression in the wrong direction. What theory you buying, Vikings Nation? Ravens psyops or just rusty sync? Hit the comments, your sleuthing might crack the case. The beauty? This raw honesty bonds us. O'Connell vowing group chats to dissect every flag. Not all 8 the same scenario. What was different today? Jefferson chimes in chill. Just lock in. Understand the play. Play relaxed. Snap count shouldn't be a big focus. It's conversational gold, like we're all in the film room. Despite the L, we held Baltimore's run game in check early, forcing Jackson to dink and dunk. Flashes everywhere. Feeling that bounce-back vibe yet? Tell me, would extra reps fix this? Or is it mentality? Diving deeper into the culprits. O'Neal's 3 flags shatter his clean slate. Guy's a beast, but yesterday? Human. Brandel, Eurosec, Darisaw, Jefferson, McCarthy, 5 others, a lineup-wide epidemic. Whatever was going on with the cadence, O'Connell fumes. We've got to correct it, no matter who's in the game. At home, no excuses like road roar. It's pure focus fail. Jones nails the external. Ravens stemming the line, mimicking snaps legally to bait jumps. They're paid to do that, we gotta lock in more. Smart D by Harbaugh's crew, but we bit every time. Storytelling this feels like reliving a fever dream. Gain steam, false start, reset, lather, rinse, repeat. We averaged 5.5 yards per rush when we ran, but penalties scripted predictable pass fests. McCarthy's 50 dropbacks? Born of necessity, not choice. O'Neal's quote kills me. After a positive run, hoping to stack 'em, then right back to get back on track. Unfortunate doesn't cover it. Who's your unsung hero here? Naylor for the grabs or the D for limiting Henry? Drop opinions. Let's debate like it's draft night. The distribution. Even across quarters, but Q4's 4 sealed our fate. No rhythm, no rally. O'Connell probed. No sim snaps from Ravens, per players. O'Neal. Not getting into what they did, focus inward. Classy, but frustrating. Jefferson's relaxed take? Gold for morale. We're not broken, just bent. With 4 to 5 staring us down, this dissection's key. Pumped for the fixes? Me too. What's one change you demand? Comments now, your voice echoes in Minneapolis. Looking ahead, this false start fiasco's a fork in the road. 5 yards per pop seems minor, but chain 'em and drives die. Sunday proved it. Behind the sticks, 3rd and longs galore despite 6 yards / play efficiency. O'Connell's blueprint. Find a way to correct in-game. But today, uncertainty bred flinches. Group convo incoming. What transpired differently from early season when cadence clicked? We eliminated this early. Now it's back like a bad ex. But Vikings news fam, we're resilient. Remember 98? Turn losses to legends. Imagine the practice grind. Reps on motions, hard counts, anti-bait drills against fake calls. McCarthy owning it fuels growth. All on me. Respond better when things go sideways. Leadership at 22? Chef's kiss. Jones' insight on hearing traps? Eye-opener, lock in, tune out. No more first, and 10 to first and 15. With Bears looming, this is prime time to stack wins. How confident are you post-Ravens? Scale of 1 to 10 in comments. Let's gauge the hive mind. The big picture? A 27 to 19L drops us to 4 to 5, but talent screams contention. 248 air yards, 120 on ground, foundations firm, execution's the gap. O'Connell, unfortunate, especially with 3rd and longs we shouldn't see. Jefferson, play relaxed, do what we do. That's the mantra. No more self-sabotage. Let's weaponize this pain. Who's ready to scold louder next week? Share with a fellow fan, spread the fire. Wrapping this Vikings roller coaster, one truth hits hard. We're better than 8 false starts. Better than turning winnable WS into a less. But yesterday, a humbling gut check that bonds us tighter. From JJ's accountability to OCS fire, the heart's there, now sink the heads. We contained a healthy Jackson-Henry duo mostly, scored through the air late, glimmers in the gloom. This isn't the end. It's halftime in the season. What's your bold prediction for Chicago? Wild guess in comments, I dare you. As we close out this Vikings news deep dive, remember, passion like ours turns losses to lore. Laugh at the flags, learn from the flinches, and gear up for payback. If this fired you up, smash that like button, your thumbs keep the purple alive. Comment your hottest take. Blame the QB, the line, or the Ravens tricks. Subscribe for more breakdowns. 'Cause we ride together. Share with your tailgate crew. Let's flood the feeds with Skull. Purple forever. Fam. Horns up. One last spark. That Naylor TD? Electric. Jones battling injury. Warrior. McCarthy's arm? Future. We got this for fives just fuel. Hit notifications. Next vid drops soon on Practice Scoops. Love you all. Go Vikings!